How about you? I'm Hank. Welcome to Hamiltonville Farm. We're back out here at this Cabelco SK160LC. It's got a 4-banger Mitsubishi on it, so we're going to take the injectors out of it. If you haven't seen the last video of us trying to crank this thing up, I'll link it right here. You can go back and watch that. It's doing pretty good for us on the channel, and so I felt like it just needed a second chance. So in today's video, what we're going to do is I'm going to take the injectors out. I'm going to fill it with Marvel Mystery Oil, let it set a couple days, and then come back and try it again. So anyway, so this video will be over a couple days, and we're going to get the injectors out. Let me show you what I bought for the process. So this is, let me tell you my plan, and you guys tell me in the comments if you think it's going to work. So this is 32 ounces of Marvel Mystery Oil. I think I'm going to pour 16 ounces per cylinder. And then when I pull the injectors out, I don't know if you have to have the same injector. When you pull it out, I don't know if it has to go back in the same hole. Don't know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them back in the same hole. So I bought some colored zip ties. So once I pull the injector out, I'll zip tie it with a color and then match it to the head of the motor, and that way I won't get them confused. Then I bought some ATF, and I think I'm going to leave, when I pull the injectors out, I'm going to fill this full of ATF, put the injectors in here, and let it sit while they're out. Come here, bud. And we got a friend here today. What's your name? What's your name? You camera shy? Anyway, so I'm going to put, once I pull the injectors out, I'm going to leave them setting in some ATF in this for a couple days. And I don't know, we'll see if that works. We'll see if that cleans them up. Here's my question. Is there like crush washers and things like that on the injectors where I pull them out where I'll need to replace the crush washers? I don't know, because we want to see if we can get this thing working. I'll put the Marvel Mystery Oil in it and then come back a couple days. I'll leave the injectors out, try to spin it over, spit that Marvel Mystery Oil out of the cylinders, and then put the injectors back in, prime the system, and hopefully she fires up. What do you guys think? So let's get started. When I get the injectors out, I think I'm going to try to take my air hose up there and blow out the top of see if there's any water in top of the cylinder. So we'll see how that works. But we will take, this is the fun part, getting all the stuff out of it. It shouldn't be too crazy though. I'll take a socket set. Let's see, probably we'll need a hammer. Definitely we'll need a crescent wrench, maybe a pair of pliers. I'll take my smaller impact. Might not use that, but we might, who knows. Alright, let's see here. I also brought a ladies heel. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I think I might need that for to pull the injectors out. So I think I got what I need. Should be. I don't think it's difficult to pull injectors out of this motor. So we'll see. Okie dokie. Where did my long extension go? I'll take that just in case. There's the little overkill on the extension. Maybe I'll take a magnet in case I drop a nut. I think that'll do it. I can always drop back down here if I need to. All right. I don't recall this being up here last time we were here. This big pry bar. Might use that. Let's open this bad boy up. Too cold for any type of critters. How we secure this latch here. There we go. Alright, so here she is, just a little old Mitsubishi 4-banger. I'll take this other panel off right here. It's only a few bolts. Get it lifted up, out of the way. Take out this air intake hose, or air hose. I don't know if it's intake or not. Remove the, yeah, you didn't even got to take, that's awesome. These are super easy to get out. So I thought they might be like a common rail return line on there, but it doesn't appear to be the case. I mean, here it is, but maybe you could take them. Maybe you could take the injectors out without removing these, is what I'm saying. All right, let me get an air compressor. Let me take this off. I'll get the air compressor, blow around this, and then take the injectors out, and then work my way from there. How many times can I do it without falling? Don't need that right yet. All right, let me get this air hose off here. We've got videos. I've got an F350 dually flatbed that we're going to turn into our service truck. Some people have been asked about, how come it's not in my videos yet. I don't have a license plate for it. It's insured, but I don't have a tag for it. Waiting on the paperwork. I mean, I'll have the paperwork by the time you see this, but that's the reason. Alright, let's see. Oh, I'll probably need some screwdrivers for the air intake hose. Let me see. Or at least some nut drivers. You guys comment below, is it air intake hose or just the air hose that feeds the turbo? Because it looks like it goes into the exhaust manifold. This will probably work. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's see what we got here. I actually brought a magnet too for the bolts or screws I'm gonna take on. There, window washer. Now this should just come on. Slick when it's wet up here, fellas. Man. All right. Now I can access this fourth injector down here pretty easy. All right, let me take this off. And I got some blue rags I'm going to stuff everything with. Well, for sure we know that this part comes off, and then I'll have to take these. That one's broke. Or maybe that's not broke, maybe that's original, and this one's a replacement. Yeah, that's probably it. Alright, let's get... Man, that's slick. I just gotta be careful. That's super slick. Yeah, I think I'll start with this one here. Really? That's too big and that's too small. It's a 12 millimeter. Maybe I got one over there. Yeah, but man, am I going to be able to get that? Let's see. Is that going to fit in there, you reckon? Oh, yeah. It'll at least fit in there to loosen it up. And then I can get it with my hand after that. Okay. I'll put these bolts back in there when I get it all out. This one's a 1/2 inch down here. Luckily it just come right off. I wish there was a way I could just sit here. If I was 20 years old again, I could. There we go. Alright, so now this is out of the way. So step one is well, it ain't complete, is it, fellas? Step one is nearly complete. Alright, step one complete. There's no oil in there, so that's good. That's a good sign when you don't have oil in there. So let me put these bolts back in here so I know where they go. And I'll also put paper towels, blue paper towels in there. And then this one was on this side. I hope this works. I almost bought a service manual for this. Oh, nah. I can figure it out. Okay, so now I'll bring my air gun up here. So these injectors, I'll need to take this little piece off here. Okay, and that comes off. I don't think, oh, maybe they do. Yeah, I see the elbow now. So here's what I'm looking at. On the top side of this injector, the injector goes here, or the fuel line goes here into the injector, and there's an elbow that goes on each one that goes to the common rail. I guess that's a common rail fuel relief here. And then I'll take this grounding strap or whatever it is off there, and then the injector should just pull out. I mean, right? What else could happen? I think those are head bolts here, so I don't have to take those off. I think I just got to take these off. Then I think what I'm gonna do, blow it off, take the injector line off, take these little nuts off here for this little grounding strap or whatever it is, take the injectors out, call it good. We'll see. Alright, wish me luck. Hook up the old Harbor Freight air compressor. I'm running out of bed space, fellas. When I get my service truck, I'm actually going to direct wire this to my truck. That way, I ain't got to do this every time. I didn't know I was going to need a yoga class before I came and worked on this truck. Is that off? Yep. Oh, wait a minute. Start on. Okay, that's the majority of it. So before I pull them out, I'll no kidding hit it again. All right, let's crack these injector lines loose. See what happens. All right, let's crack open these injectors, shall we? .5/8 maybe, 11/16.
What's happening, wild man?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I'm on. So I got this air tube off, and then I just blowed it off. So I'm fixing to crack the injectors now, and then I brought that Marvel Mystery Oil to throw down on it and all that good stuff. So it looks simple enough. You just pull them out, and I guess is this a grounding strap? I don't know what the official name for it is, but this little, some kind of metal strap that goes around there.
Beats me.
Yeah, so I'll take
I'm a parts changer, not a mechanic.
That's right. That's right. Sling a parts cannon at it. That's right.
That's it.
So but it looks simple enough. Just pull right out. You know.
Several years ago, this motor was rebuilt on a job in Perry, Georgia.
Oh, nice.
We blowed the motor up on the job, and they built this engine on the job in Perry, Georgia.
Field service mechanics are the best. You know, they can figure it out for sure.
They actually pulled it out, I think, and took it to their shop.
Oh, gotcha.
Albany,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
build it and then come back and put it back in.
Well, I'm hoping this works. So if it don't, you know, I don't know. So, but sometimes that Marvel Mystery Oil, it'll shorten up.
Stuff.
Yeah, buddy. So, but no, we're getting to it. I don't think it's going to be all that difficult to get these out and get that in there and let it set a couple days, you know.
Have you got fuel to the rail?
No, because we didn't even get it to spin over. Yeah.
I didn't know if you'd hand pumped it with a hand primer. Or...
No, sir. Yeah, we didn't. Once we bumped it over 2 or 3 times, and it, you know, the fan moves a 1/4 inch or so, and that's about all she wanted to do. So I don't know. I say this, but you know what? I didn't check like the alternator seized or anything like that. But hey, you know, an option if you wanted to buy belts is to cut the belts off and see if it'd crank over.
Cut them off, see if it'll crank up, and then see if it'll turn.
Yeah.
And then belts is a cheap fix.
I didn't even think about that. I'm more than happy to try that before I start pulling injectors out. But you did have water in it. You know what I mean? There was water in the bottom of it. So I don't know. Whatever you want to do. I
don't know why it have water in it, because it actually opened up.
And it's
like an old man told me one time, it was running when it quit.
Yeah, that's right.
It was running when it quit.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just thought about that. Maybe we should just cut the belts off, see, before we start yanking injectors out and stuff. You know?
Yeah, because if the fan moved just a little bit, might be the alternator locked up.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you don't
have
mind
this thing running before you know it.
I know it.
Because you can run it for a little while with no water in it.
That's right. Yeah, I wouldn't run it more than 2 or 3 minutes, but
yeah, it ain't gonna get hot that quick.
No,
I don't even know if it's got water in it.
it don't. Like when we came out here, it didn't.
We probably just, instead of putting antifreeze in it, we probably just drained all the water out of it.
Yeah.
So there won't be no water in the block or the radiator.
That's right. Yeah. It's got plenty of oil in it though. It's you know, so it's.
Was there any water in the oil?
No, it's all on bottom. So, you know, so either it just got condensation through the. Didn't you say it was like 05 or something like that?
Man, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've slept since then.
So it may just be, I don't know how much condensation gets in motors after all these years of sitting. You know, like I say, I'm not a mechanic neither, to be honest with you, but quick easy. Let me try that. Well, I don't have. Do you have a key on you by chance, or the keys?
I don't have.
I could probably jump the starter. Where's it at?
I don't even know where. I've got a set of keys that's got.
Yeah, you gave me those last.
This is Cabelco. I've got 2 more Cabelcos, but I don't know where either one of them are.
You gave me a ring one time that had like 75 keys on it.
Yeah, I don't even know where it's at. Let me look in that truck and see if they're in that truck.
All right.
If they are, I'll get you that one off of it.
Okay.
And then that way you can just leave it in it.
Okay, 10-4. All right. Well, if you don't mind, I'll cut these belts off at least.
Nah, go ahead.
And then,
you ain't gonna hurt nothing.
10-4. So change of plans. If you didn't catch that, we just talked to the owner. So we're going to cut the belts off this and see if we can throw some batteries in it and crank it up. Or if it'll spin over. If it won't spin over, we'll jump back over to the injectors and go from there. Move everything out of the way for when it cranks up. Wouldn't that be awesome? If it just cranked up. I mean, if it just was the belts. All right, there's 2 belts all. There's 1. And dos for my Spanish-speaking friends. All right, let's throw some batteries in this thing and see if she'll go. Or actually, I could probably just. Oh, that alternator ain't locked up. Not at all. We're gonna try it. See what happens. I don't think that's gonna solve our problem though.
I don't know where them keys is at.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, you probably get it to turn over. I don't know that you'll get it to crank because that has to engage that solenoid unless you hot wire that solenoid to engage that solenoid. I think to let it say that it's getting fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you get it turning over, that'll be a plus.
Well, I turned that pulley on that alternator. It spun like easy, super easy. Okay. So I'm not sure that's a problem. You know what I mean? So.
All right, ma'am.
Alright, I'll just throw the oil on it and go from there.
That'll work.
Alright. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Those pulleys just spun super, super easy. And they look good. They look good as well. So I don't think that's it. Alright, let's go back to the original plan. I think that common rail thing will come off once I get all these injectors broke loose. So, for those of you wondering about that conversation we just had with the owner, that you know, some people may say, and I'm sitting here thinking, some people may say, you know, it's a lot easier to throw batteries in it and hot wire the solenoid and try it that way before you pull injectors out. And I would agree with you. But here's where I'm hung up. I'm hung up on the fact that it had water in it. And I'm thinking that's not good, right? So that makes me think that I want to continue on with this process. I mean, I could be 100% wrong. I ain't never been right, but I mean, how's that go? I ain't never been wrong, but there's this one time, just once I wasn't right. Something like that. There you go. Okay, now I gotta get these. I could probably take off the these little holding brackets here, the alignment brackets. Get those laid back some more if I need to. Let's see if I need to after I remove these. All right, let's go ahead and take this hose off. Of course, there's always one, right? Get out of there. Alright, so now we should be able to pull the hoses off. And that way because that's not a common rail, it's a common hose, I guess you'd say. Wow, that's brittle. Hope that comes off without breaking. The hose is brittle, I'm saying. And I just broke, well, it should, luckily it's got enough to make it on there. Wow. Come on, baby, I don't need to break no more. I can probably start with this injector. Pull it out and then take that off of there. First I've got to get a socket that will fit this strap here. So let me jump down there and do that. Does that fit? Is that the right size? 11/32. That's too big. You gotta put the socket on there first, and then the extension, because my socket just isn't quite deep enough to go in there. Now I just gotta be super careful not to drop these anywhere. Alright, one more, but it didn't take, so get in there. Maybe I need to go to the next size up. And of course it's not gonna. Of course it's gonna fight me the whole way. That's not the same as the original ones. The original one's got that flange on it. They use whatever works, I guess. And I guess you didn't have to take it all the way off. You could have just loosened them. I almost said unloosened. That's funny. So what I'll do, set this bad boy over here, and then I'll actually put these back on, so I don't lose them. You guys do that when you guys are working on equipment? Y'all put the nuts and bolts back on, or y'all just put them in like a magnetic tray or something and go from there? At the house, I usually use a magnetic tray, but since this is someone else's equipment, I just, and I don't want to lose his screws, nuts and bolts and screws, I'll put them, make sure they're accounted for. Okay, I think we're at least ready to crack them loose. Let me break them loose, and then we'll go from there. Like I say, it hasn't been a very difficult job. It's just I'm fat and old and out of shape, and trying to get around these things is interesting, to say the least. The fun part will be actually pulling the injectors out. For those of you who are wondering, it's a 9/16. Let's see if this will do it, or will I need to jump up to the 1/2 inch impact? Oh, that's super easy. Look at that. Okay, let me go get the zip ties, and then let me get my air compressor turned back on, blow it out one more time, and then go from there, because I really don't want this to have stuff in it. Well, maybe not. This injector stuff will be clean. I'll clean the injectors real good when I get them out. I want to soak them in that ATF. That sounds like Yoda. When I pull the actual injector out, I'll mark it as well. All right, awesome. These things should just pop out. I don't think there's much to them. Maybe I can put some... What happened to my pliers? Oh, here they are. Try a different technique. Oh. I knew this was going to be the hardest part of the whole job right here, is actually pulling them out of the cylinder. let me work on a few other things here. And then I'll come back to that. Well, I wish I had a mechanic with me. Wow, that came right off and fell to the ground. Actually, it fell way down the back of it. That one came off super easy. It fell down at the. I heard it hit the inspection plate thing. That one came off super easy too. So before we leave, we got to get down there and pick that up. Can't forget that. Alright. Let's try some easy ones and then we'll work on the hard ones. I might just have to cut these off and buy a new hose, buy a new fuel line, which is okay, we can do that.
Follow us on our other platforms at Hamiltonville Farm.
Alright, let's see here. There's probably some type of fuel injection removal tool that's way gooder for this job, but guess who ain't got one? That's right, yours truly. Let me just keep doing this. Let me keep doing something to make progress with here. And we'll just buy new fuel lines when we come back. I'm wondering if I should put some Marvel Mystery Oil on them things to loosen them up some. Because those suckers are in there. Might have to do that. Woo, Lord. This is going to be the hardest part, getting this garbage out of here. Maybe that'll help some. Wow. I think she was ready for some new fuel lines anyway. What's the book time on this, guys? Leave a comment if you know what the book time on pulling injectors off an old 4-banger Mitsubishi is. I think it's a 4D something or other. I don't remember. EG or something like that. Or E3 or something. Alright. They're technically ready to be pulled. I just got, maybe I can, some type of pull hammer or put some vice grips on them and pull them up, but I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't want to scar the threads, but I don't know if scarring these little bodies of them is all that big of a deal. I don't want to do that, obviously. Somehow I've got to be able to use science to my advantage. I can't tell if I was under the valve cover or not. Don't look like it. Alright. I wish I had a slide hammer, but alas, I don't. So we're going to put some vice grips on this bad boy, and we're just going to try our best to manhandle this thing out of here. Golly. Alright, I'm gonna try another one. Try to get the easy ones first, then come back and work on the hard ones. That one ain't even. Don't worry, fellas, I'm not touching the threads on that injector. goodness. Yeah, I need a slide hammer. I need one that's... So here's, if I had a slide hammer, here's the way it would work. I would either do one of two things. One, have a slide hammer on a pair of vice grips, be able to pull it out that way, or have a nut that fits this injector and put the nut on it and then slide and pull it out. That's the two ways you do that. So I guess I'll run to town and see if I can buy a slide hammer. I've been needing one anyway. So, alright, let's clean up all the electrical stuff because it might rain. And if it rains, that's not good for the cameras. But we should be alright. Alright, let's go to the store. Now we're back at the house, so I'll go ahead and I'll make my homemade slide hammer. I'll weld that piece to the vice grips. Hopefully, I'm going to amaze you with my welding skills. So just keep that in mind while you watch this. Hopefully it works, and then we can use the vice grips to pull those injectors out. I'm getting too close to my... Getting too close to my work. I need to do tip without thinking. Let's see. Ooh, kids, don't send me to... That might work. Don't fret, I'm going to grind it. I'm just saying if it's going to hold, the nail's going to hold. How about that? Alright. Let me grind it up, and then we'll get back out to the fuel injectors. I think that'll do it. Look at that, huh? Basically what I'm telling you guys is, with a weld like that, you could charge about $150 an hour is what I'm telling you. Good Lord. I ain't never been fired, but I ain't never been asked back. Yeah, it took about 20 minutes to set your welder up for about a 3-minute job, but sometimes you got to do that, I buy these not sponsored, Youngstown gloves. Every glove that, or 90% of the gloves you see me wear is from Youngstown. I love these gloves. They're linemen's. They're good for, like, if you're a lineman on power poles. They're really good for that. Alrighty. Some people will actually release the gas through the line before they take this off, and You can, but I didn't. But you can for sure.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, we're back. Let's see if our new tool works. How did I get in this thing? All right, so let's see. All right, here we go. My butt is soaking wet. Come on. Let me try another one. I mean, what do you do if you can't get them out? Doggone it. I think I've got all the clasps and I think I got all the stuff off of them that needs to be off of them. I mean, I don't think there's any more things that are holding it on. I know there's not. I guess just keep trying it. That's killing my shoulder, dude.
The next day.
Yeah, so we're back out here. It's been overnight. We're going to try it, and if it doesn't work, we're going to put some more Marvel Mystery Oil on it. See if that works. I did climb under there and get that other collar off there. All right, wish us luck. Here we go. I watched a video last night on YouTube. The guy said he used brake clean on it. It just... And I looked also, I don't think there's like a C-clamp or something on there. Wait a minute now. Might be onto something. Come on, babe. It's definitely turning more than it used to. Oh, hey! Whew! Look at that. Okay. 1 down, 3 to go. A little bit of a carbon deposit on there. I'm gonna soak those in ATF. That marble mystery oil is something else, ain't it? Try my best not to get around that elbow. Alright. Let me go back. I'll get a wrench on that here in a sec. We can move on to the next one. There we go. She's working. All right. Woohoo! 50%. Can you believe it? Let's try this backside here. Oh, mercy. Whew. My word. It's going to come, though. This one's going to come out. I don't know about this one. That don't sound good. Here it comes. How about number 3? Or the third one, I should say. Wow. That's water on there. Look at that. Are we going to be able to get this, fellas? There we go. Yep, we're going to get them. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Jesus. There you go. Just got to spin that around somehow or another. All 4 of them. How about that, huh? All right. So, sorry for the hard breathing on the microphone there. What I'll do is I'll put ATF in those. Let me go down there. I'm just going to dump 16 ounces of Marvel Mystery Oil down through here on all 4 cylinders. I should have brought a funnel. Wow, that was on the very bottom. All right, I think we're good. Now what I'll do is I'll stuff this full of paper towels, cover it back up, let it set for a couple days, and then come back and try to crank this thing. I'll put these in ATF. Let me do that as well. All right, let's take care of the injectors right quick. Hopefully this. Let's take a look at these injectors right quick. Look at the end tips of them here. They look really, really A lot of carbon on them. O-ring on that one looks okay. But you could tell it's got water. Look, there's, I don't know if that came from the top or what, but you could tell they've got water on them. And you could tell that they're kind of got a lot of carbon built up on there. Hopefully this ATF does the trick. I've got some gunk park clean stuff at the house. If this don't work, we'll bring some of that stuff and let it sit. I'll put it underneath the excavator so it don't get rained on. And then take this. I mean, I guess that's all the Marvel Mystery Oil I can put in the cylinders. It was coming out of number 1 and 3. It was coming out of because it's, you know, the pistons are obviously not as far down in the bore or the cylinder, and so 2 and 4 got a lot of Marvel Mystery Oil. 1 and 3 got some. Maybe it'll be enough to turn it over. What do you guys think? So let me go tighten it up now. I believe this thing's gonna crank, y'all. Not only do you want to plug the holes, but you know the condensation will eat through these paper towels, so you want to cover it with this tarp as well, you know. What I'll do, whenever we come back to crank it, we won't put the injectors in. We'll try to spin it over without the injectors in it, and that way it will throw that Marvel Mystery Oil out. Because I don't think that Marvel Mystery Oil is good for like the compression and stuff. I mean, I don't think it will compress. I guess is a better way of saying it. There for a while, man, I just didn't think it was going to go. And we didn't, and I'm a positive guy. But man, it went. What's the most locked up thing you guys have ever used Marvel Mystery Oil on and got it to break free? I know a lot of guys will say like vinegar will work, other type of chemical type stuff. But man, I'm a believer in that Marvel Mystery Oil. That stuff is outstanding. It's set for, well, less than 24 hours. Maybe right at 24 hours it's set. Something like that. 18 to 24 hours. I can't remember what time we left yesterday to come when we got rained out. But it's about 12 o'clock now, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. Now we'll just cover it back up with a tarp. Try to get the water will run off of it. And we'll give it a couple days. But that should be fine. That should be fine right there. So look, man, if you guys are into, you know, trying to get something unstuck or trying to get some injectors out, try that Marvel Mystery Oil. It worked good, obviously. So in part 2, what you're going to see is you'll see us putting batteries on it, spinning it over, trying to see if it spins over. And if it spins over, we'll put the injectors back in, bleed the system, and hopefully get this thing running after 17 years. I think he said he parked it in 2005. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Take care. God bless you guys.
Thanks for watching the video. Links for merch and discount codes are in the description box below.